Hello, sorry if I sound sick, it's because I am sick, and if you can hear my laptop going shh, it's because my laptop's here, and it's making that noise. Anyway, hi, I'm Gore, and I have OC brain rot. I feel like I'm introducing myself in some sort of AA meeting. But it's because I did artfight recently, but it basically was like, oh, I can't be normal about my original characters at all, ever. So, I've wanted to make a video for a while, but I wasn't really sure about what. And I make stuff about my OCs all the time. It's kind of what I do for fun. So I was like, well, I'll make a video about it. So here is the video. Also, can you tell this is vaguely unscripted? Because I don't know what I'm talking about. So, I know you've probably watched about 700 videos like this, but I also know that you are willing to watch another one. And no, this is not an original idea. A lot of these I stole. However, I have decided that I have to do everything in the video if I'm going to tell you to do it, because I don't want you to do something that's rubbish, and I'm just sort of suggesting for no reason. And maybe you don't even want to make anything, I'd say, in this video, but you can just sit here and listen to me talk. I'm a bit of a yapper and I kind of just speak a lot. Okay, so first things first, I have to introduce to you my subjects, I mean my OCs. Here they are. So, from left to right, we have Archie, who is my D&D character, Woof, who is another D&D character, Angelo, who is a Mage the Ascension character, and last but least, Ziggy, who is my persona. Also, if you notice throughout this video that there is a lot of Ziggy erasure and a lot of Angelo and Archie favoritism, it's because they're my favorites. Fair warning, most of these require you to draw, so I'm going to start with a weeny little section of stuff that you don't have to draw, but the rest of them are just drawing. Section 1. Make a Pinterest board. I know everyone tells you to make a Pinterest board, but they're right, and that's the worst bit. They're so right, it's so fun. So, I made one for all 4 of my OCs. Side note, I'm just as insane about my other OCs, but they just don't make an appearance in this video. Sorry, Steve McQueen, you're out there somewhere. So first of all, we have Archie, who's my little baby boy. I decided to put little emojis next to every board name, because I just thought it sort of helped me recognize them. We have lots of dogs, we have lots of explosions, because he loves blowing things up. We have lots of purple, just very silly, you know, like lollipops and propeller hats kind of thing. If you hear like bird noises, it's because I've moved outside. Here's a picture. So next up we have Woof. So Woof is a massive girl dad. It's kind of like his whole thing, despite the fact he lost custody, but like that's a whole nother story. He's also a druid in D&D. He can wild shape, especially into wolves. Just lots of text posts about sad, pathetic middle-aged men, and of course some autumn imagery. Blood trigger warning for the next one, because it's my guy Angelo, who is a freaky cannibal, so yeah. Angelo is very much like classics, piano, clean shoes, cheeky bit of blood. He's kind of like if Patrick Bateman, Fanon version, was a character. Some religious stuff, I call him a whore a couple of times because it's true, and a blood and guts. Finally, we have Ziggy. So Zigga's like, Zigga? Who the flip is Zigga? Ziggy is kind of like a surfer dude bro. Think Bill and Ted, and then like every classic surfer. Got sharks, some surfing stuff, golden retrievers because he is one. Summery vibes, friendly boy swag. You know, that kind of thing. This was really fun. I liked seeing how the vibes were so different. Like there was just absolutely no overlap between Ziggy and Angelo. And number 2, make a hear me out cake. So obviously this is like the TikTok trend that was going around a while back, which me and my friends actually did, and let's just say Greg Davies appeared twice, and also Lincoln Cathedral, and also Puss in Boots. So I decided to use Archie and Ziggy for this one because Woof is too depressed to find people sexy and Angelo is too evil. Archie gets a purple cake because purple. Rory, a fellow party member whom he has famously pretended to bang in a tent to get law enforcement to leave him alone. Elis, who's like a researcher NPC in our campaign. He's very sweet, he does not share the advances. Jersey, who's another party member, of which they've made out multiple times, however Jersey has a wife, so that sort of gets in the way. And German 985. And also King Candy. Moving on. I'm pretty sure Ziggy's cake is made of sand, which is like disgusting, but anyways. So we have a really cool Wave, because he's a surfer. We have Fix-It Felix. Don't ask why I chose 2 Wreck-It Ralph characters, because I don't even like that movie very much. Of course, we have Alex from Madagascar. Also, honorable mention from like that tiger from Madagascar 3, but I think that's just because I find him hot. Polnaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because they have similar vibes. Mufasa from The Lion King, because Dilf Energy, and my friends persona, because we made them together. And what's the point of sharing characters if they're not even a little bit gay? By the way, you can obviously, like, make this, like, as an actual Hear Me Out cake, but I just chose to do PNGs instead of actually buying a cake. I like this one. I thought it was funny, what debauched things these two would put on the cake, because they're definitely my most, like, silly characters, and I wasn't projecting in any of these. I wasn't.
It's drawing time. Number 3. Keychains. So, a couple months ago, I was struck with and plagued by the thought that if I didn't make a keychain of my son Archibald, I would explode into a million pieces. When making a keychain, you can have the same design on both sides, but apparently I love work, and I hate myself, so I decided to do 2 designs, a front and a back, to make it feel more 3D. I'd also look up a good size to do your canvas before you start, so your image isn't too big or small, because if you see in the final one I made, it's like a little bit on the weird side. I'm not going to give you like a tutorial on how to make it, but essentially just like make the line art, cut out the middle, and then draw it again. It's pretty simple. It has to have the same silhouette. You could probably commission someone to make it for you, to be honest, but you know, I drew this myself. After I'd made my design, I personally used Vograce, but I know there are loads of other websites like Wooacry, I think it's called, because I found it was the cheapest and most reliable of all the websites I found. This probably cost me like £14, because you have to order in bulk on Vograce. Yeah, so they arrived in pretty good time. I am starting to realise that this sounds like a Vograce ad. It's not. Anyway, here is how it turned out. I love him. He goes on my bag, and when he misbehaves, I put him under the tap. Moving on. Number 4 is make a dress-up game. So do you remember like 2000s dress-up doll games? I'm thinking that. I decided to use Angelo because he's my only modern character who isn't a doll. So Angelo's a doctor, so I made sure to give him his work clothes, and then I did some silly outfits as well. Of course, I had to draw him just in his underwear first because I'm a nasty, dirty perv. Here is a video of all of his outfits being compiled. Okay, so we're gonna play PNG Fun Time, and I'm gonna go through like his daily routine, and I'm gonna put the clothes on him. So this is him when he wakes up. Maybe he has his thigh highs on, maybe he doesn't. But then it's work, so you can't be wearing that for work. So he's got his work shirt, and he's got his work trousers, and he has his he needs shoes. He has his shoes, and he has his lab coat on. And then it's like, well, come on, man, you gotta get your scrubs on, plus your mask, because you're going into surgery. And then, well, he's not getting surgery. And then it's after work, and there is a black tie event. So the guy's in his nice suit. And then it's after work, and then he goes to the club. He goes to the club, obviously. And then it's after work, so he's a little bit more relaxed. And that is the Angelo day. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, so I decided on the theme of sort of girly dress-up games to make one of those backgrounds, and with like the logo, Dress Angelo. I also printed this out, but as you can see, it's sort of, my printer messed up. But if your printer works, I'm sure it's very nice. This is probably one of my favourite ones. I just really like sort of having, you know, the dress up, the vibe. I think it's very cute. I like dressing up Angelo because he's my little princess. Number 5. So this is like a really weird niche one, and I couldn't be bothered to finish it. It's if you have a D&D halfling character, I thought it would be funny squashing them. Oh yeah, Archie's a halfling, by the way. He's squishing stock images and then drawing over them. I hope you enjoy. Number 6, Evil Twin. So, you know, in like TV shows and movies and stuff, when a character has like a opposite version of them who's evil, like Bart in that one Simpsons episode? Well, I thought, and emphasis on thought, this would be fun. Oh my god, drawing this was so violating. This is not my son Archie. This is some horrible amalgamation of him, and I don't like it. I was gonna do this with all my OCs, but doing this with Archie took so much life out of me, I decided not to. Anyway, if you already have like a morally reprehensible character, then you could probably do this like as their good version. Also, this wasn't necessarily like Archie's evil twin, it was kind of more his opposite in a way. Evil Archie would be bald. So opposite Archie is cat themed, tall and skinny. He has spiky hair, a real tail, and his hair has switched colours. I hate him. On to the next. Number 7, stock photos. Woof time! I love doing this. See, you literally just get stock photos and draw the most scuffed up version of your character onto them. I chose loads of sad, miserable photos because Woof is our resident divorcee. It took me like 10 minutes and it's goofy, but I think it's fun because if you just want to draw your character and have content of them but you can't be bothered, it's really fun. And you just kind of need their defining features and then you're set. Yahoo! Number 8 is a clay model. So sadly I didn't actually take any videos of me making this because I forgot. So I've kind of just filmed the model doing things. Enjoy. For this model I used air dry clay and some acrylic paint. If I were to make another one I would probably use tinfoil inside, but I forgot because I'm not smart. I also probably wouldn't forget I was using air dry clay halfway through making him and leave him for half an hour so he's a little bit cracked. Also, I hate acrylic paint so much. It's never the colour that you think that you're mixing, and then it's always way too dark, and it makes me really mad. But yeah, I only made a bust, but I'm sure it's not too hard making a full body. Also, keep in mind I have basically no skills in sculpting. I just managed to salvage this when I painted it. It looked kind of poo before. Also, the materials are pretty cheap, so if you make something horrible and you want to bin it, then it's probably gonna be okay. And you don't have to use acrylic paint, you can just use like water-based stuff, as long as it goes on air dry clay. Or any kind of clay. Anyway, I hope you like him. I love him, I think he's adorable. He sits on my desk. Number 9, hanging puppet. So this is the final thing of the video, and it's that TikTok trend that people do where they make little puppets of their characters and they hang them up. So I followed a tutorial on TikTok, but you literally just look it up, it's really easy. You just kind of make bits of a character and then hang them off a stick. I liked making this because it was relatively simple and it's fun to have, it feels very real, and I can abuse him whenever I want because he deserves it. If I were to do this again, I would probably colour all the way up the back pieces, because otherwise when you swing you can see the white bit you haven't coloured in. But other than that, he's awesome. I love him. So sadly that's all I have for you to do today. If you do any of these, I'd love to see them. My Tumblr is the same as here, @Gorbonk, and if I make another video, which I might make more videos, I could put them at the end possibly, and then, you know, show what everyone's been doing. Oh, also, if you have a name for this little shark guy, that would be awesome. He doesn't have a name, he's just sort of here, but I'm sure he would appreciate one. But yeah, basically, if you think my OCs are cool, or you have any questions, or you just want to say something in the comments, please do, and like and whatever and all that jazz. I don't know, I've never done this before. Anyways, have a good day, and give in to OC Brain Rot because it's the only way to heaven. Bye 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 bye!